Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Nana from Saraswati 3 Elementary School, Denpasar. Today, I would like to tell you a popular Balinese folklore entitled The Legend of Manik Angkeran. So, let's get started. A long time ago in Daha Kingdom lived a Brahmin named Siddhi Mantra. He was very famous for his supernatural powers. He lived happily with his only child named Manik Angkeran. But Manik Angkeran was a spoiled son and likes gambling. Because of his bad habit, he lost a lot of money. Then he tried to think where to get more money and decided to steal all of his father's money. One day, he decided to meet with his father. "Father, I had many debt. Can I have some of your money?" said Manik Angkeran. "Oh, my son, you're really pity," answered Siddhi Mantra. But Siddhi Mantra did not have a heart to see his son begging. Then he started to pray. Suddenly, he heard a voice that told him to go to Agung Mountain to meet a dragon named Naga Basuki. In a rush, he started his journey to Agung Mountain. But without him knowing, his son was following him from behind. Manik Angkeran was very curious. When Siddhi Mantra arrived at Agung Mountain, he began to ring the sacred bell and said, "Oh Naga Basuki, I came here only to ask for your help." Then a big dragon came out. "Hey Siddhi Mantra, what can I help you?" asked Naga Basuki. When Naga Basuki came out, Manik Angkeran was terrified. "May I have some of your wealth? I need to pay my son's debt," said Siddhi Mantra. Then Naga Basuki started to wiggle his body and jewelries started coming out from the dragon's body. Then Naga Basuki gave the jewelries to Siddhi Mantra and left a message for Manik Angkeran. "Hey Siddhi Mantra, please advise your son to let him gamble again." After that, Siddhi Mantra returned home and met with his son. "Manik Angkeran, go pay your debts and promise me that you will never gamble again. Will you? Will you promise to me?" asked Siddhi Mantra. "Yes, father, I promise." But not long after, Manik Angkeran broke his promise and spent all of his father's money again. So he continued to beg his father. "Manik Angkeran, you broke your promise. I'm sorry, son, I can't help you anymore," said Siddhi Mantra. But Manik Angkeran just lived with a disappointed face. But he remembered how his fathers get a lot of jewelries. That night, he started his journey to Agung Mountain. So he stole his father's sacred bell and went there. Arrived at Agung Mountain, Manik Angkeran began to ring his father's sacred bell. And Naga Basuki came out. Oh, Naga Basuki, my father told me to meet you. He said he needs some jewelries from you," said Manik Angkeran. But Naga Basuki knew that he was lying. With feeling of anger, Naga Basuki then gave the jewelries to Manik Angkeran and said, "Take this and never come back." When Naga Basuki gave the jewelries, Manik Angkeran's attention was focused on the big large diamond on the dragon's tail. With giddiness, he cuts off the dragon's tail and runs away. "Hey, stop!" Naga Basuki was furious. Then he spit fire on Manik Angkeran's footsteps. The fire started to spread on Manik Angkeran's footsteps until it reached his body, and he was burned into flames. Siddhi Mantra, who knew that his son was cheered, he was so sad. I will bring your son back to life, but you need to reconnect my tail, said Naga Basuki. Okay, I will. But if my son came back to life, I hand him over you to serve here forever, said Siddhimantra. Then, with his supernatural powers, Siddhimantra was able to connect the dragon's tail. And Naga Basuki also fulfilled his promise. Then, thick smoke came out from the dragon's mouth towards Siddhimantra, and Manik Angkeran appeared as usual. Father, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me, said Manik Angkeran, begged his father. But Siddhimantra decided to separate himself and his son so that Manik Angkeran would not repeat his mistakes over and over again. Then Siddhimantra took his stick and made a line. And that line separates two land and filled with water. Now, these two lands are known as Java Island and Bali Island. And the water, which is the border of these two islands, is known as Strait Bali. Well, that's the story about the legend of Manik Angkeran in the former Strait Bali. From the story, we can learn that we should stay away from being greedy and bad habits which can harm ourselves. Well, I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening and have a good day.